Hi guys, welcome to today's live where I'm going to try a little challenge as I took a makeup class a few days ago and trying to kind of get to grips with being one of those girlies who can look glamorous. I've always had my makeup done by makeup artists, been modeled for 20 years. I just closed my eyes and people did it for me. So my makeup skills are very lacking, to say the least. So when I took my makeup class, I promised that I would go home and try and repeat it by myself. Doing my makeup class, the makeup artist did one side of my face and then I did the other. So she recommended some products that I go and get. And when it comes to makeup, I just poke it on with fingers. I have no clue with things like this. So I haven't gone and got the most expensive or the least expensive. I've literally just picked some bits off of Amazon that look similar to what was used. Obviously, I could go and purchase the exact same products, but again, they're very expensive. They're very high end. I'm not going to use them often enough to warrant spending hundreds of pounds on makeup. I am a gym bunny. I love just working out and being barefaced. But there are times in life, special occasions, events, dinners, celebrations, when you don't want to book a makeup artist, but you do want to be able to look a little bit more glam at home. Also talking about how beauty changes as we get older. So from my teenage years, I would just put like loads of black eyeliner on and then smudge it and it looked okay, I guess. The fashion in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, it's very different to what it is today. And I get very hot, sensitive skin. I don't like wearing lots of makeup. And styles that suited us when we're young are different on our face shape when we are older. So it's about kind of finding what works now, what works best for you, your individual skin type, your individual style, and the kind of look that you're trying to create. So thank you for joining. Nazir has sent hearts. Zada says, I like you. And Arturo, I can't read that, it's in a different language, but welcome. Thank you for joining. So yes, let's see how long it takes me to do my makeup. This is going to be a glam makeup. So it's kind of eyes and then bronzer, I think the word is. So I'm not doing contouring and baking or all of these special words. It's literally just a few kind of basic things around the eyes and see if it suits me. I'd love to hear. So I have really dry eyes, so I'm going to start off by applying some eye drops. I actually have a mirror here so that I can see to be able to do this because I won't be able to do it in the phone at all. So my lovely dry eyes. I've had laser eye surgery twice. And one of the side effects of having laser eye surgery is that you get really dry eyes. So yeah, you may have noticed that I squint quite a lot. I totally missed my eye there because I can't see in this tiny mirror. I squint quite a lot, which is just because my eyes are so dry all the time. My mum also has terribly dry eyes. And yeah, it just seems to be something that runs in the family. Unfortunately for us, it's genetic. How about you? Do you have dry eyes? And if so, how do you overcome them? I promise I'm not crying. I've just put drops in my eyes. So yes. Ashok says, I like you. Oh, thank you. Dinesh has sent a kiss. Welcome. And Diana says, cute. Nitam says, kiss you. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you all for joining. Right, so let's get rid of these wet eyes. The first thing that I was taught in this makeup class was that you have to put concealer on your eyelids. So I basically have a tray of like pencils and things. This is not high tech, I promise. And I'm going to use some of these things to kind of poke at my face as we talk. So the first thing I was told is you need to put concealer on your eyelids. So I will try and find a brush that can do that. Maybe we use this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, that might be the best one to use. We'll try this. So welcome. Thank you all for joining. This is not a tutorial, by the way. There is no way that you would ever take my advice on this because I'm the worst at makeup. Pascal says, bonjour. Welcome, Pascal. I am very well, thank you. How are you? Ali says, hi, sister. Hi there. And Raja says, hello. Hi, Raja. Is this coming out? I'm going to have to keep looking at this mirror to see, I'm afraid. So yeah, you get like veins on the top of your eyes. So she said to me, the first thing you do is put concealer on your eyelids. Also, like any areas where you have redness. I've got a horrible spot here at the minute that's like, you just kind of dot it around to kind of break down the colour. Chuck says hi, Ashok says hi, welcome. And Shubhan says hello. Welcome everyone. Trying to keep up with your comments as I walk through this. So I'm going to, Biswas says hello and Ashok says cute, thank you. I'm going to put the concealer on my eyelids, just kind of move it around. I'm not good at this, I warn you now. But it makes sense. Like when she did it, it totally hid all of the kind of colour difference of veins in your eyes. So I do trust the process. It's just not something I would normally do. But yes, I don't want to look like I'm wearing loads of makeup, because just tapping over the kind of red areas here with whatever's left on the brush, I always get red nose and cheeks, like that's the area. I don't want to look like I'm wearing loads of makeup. I think I look like a clown when I wear makeup. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you like people to be more natural or more glamorous? What's your kind of preferred method? I'm going to use this hairband to kind of keep everything out of the way so that it just stays back and doesn't go in my eyes and face. Suneth says hello, hi there. Ashok says cute, and Chuck says you are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Ali says hello, hi Ali. And Nurul says have a good evening. Thank you, and you too. Where are you all based if it's the evening where you are? Suneth says how are you? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Ashok says beautiful. Roman says I like you and I'm Bangladeshi. Oh, thank you. Welcome from Bangladesh. Biswas says very beautiful. Thank you. And Scott says good morning. Did you have your coffee yet? You have mushroom coffee, super beneficial for you. You should try it. Yes, so nootropics, delicious. I have had my morning coffee. It's now 1:25 p.m. in England. So I am well into my coffee era. And I'm just attempting to do some makeup to repeat the kind of glam makeup that I was taught to do a few days ago. So I said I would do my homework of trying to do it at home. And here I am. You can witness it with me. But I promise I will give my best shot, but I may not be the best at doing it. Halbert says, so beautiful wherever you are. Oh, thank you. I'm in England. Where are you guys based? Atura has said something in another language I can't read. Fatah says, beautiful, cute is the best. Oh, thank you. And Jay says, you look so beautiful with makeup and matching with the tattoos. Oh, thank you. Well, hopefully it will look right. We shall see. But yeah, it's that kind of thing of if you make something really ornate, you then have to go and like make the rest of you look as in keeping. So you can't just have like eyeliner. You've then got to do something to your lips or your cheeks, or your outfit has to kind of be a bit more put together. So yeah, it's quite difficult like that. There is the doorbell, but I think I will just leave the doorbell because the dogs will just bark ridiculously at it. It's fine. Sorry for the noise there, guys. Klaus says, I definitely hate makeup. Oh, what makes you hate it? I'm sorry to hear that it's not something for you. And again, it's not something I normally feel comfortable with wearing, but we're giving it a go for when there are occasions when you would like to wear makeup. So I'm going to start with the eyeshadows. Sorry, my dogs are barking at the doorbell. I was taught that you use like 2 to 3 colours on your eyes. You start from the lightest colour and work your way out, and then you blend. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to have to do it with my mirror. So hopefully I'll get this right and it will make sense. Ashwani says, I'm your fan. Oh, thank you. Rakesh says, I love you. Sending love to you too. Ashok says, hi. Sui says, lovely. Rakesh says, I love you. Thank you, guys. Islam says, so cute. Thank you. So I'm going to go in with the lightest colour on the inside of the eye. Oh, look at me showing my skills that I've just learned. Totally making the most of understanding this. I hope if I do it within a few days of learning that it makes the most sense and I will remember everything. How are you when you start learning something? Do you repeat it lots of times, or does it take a while to sink in? Do you instantly pick up new skills? For me, I'm just awful at things like this. I'm not good at being girly. So the 3 colours, we'll then go to like a pinker shade, which is like number 2. She did say change your brushes, but I don't have enough different brushes for this. So I'm just going to use the same brush. I'm sure it'll be fine. This goes in the middle of the eye, and it might not be too much of a colour difference. It's very light. We shall see how obvious this becomes as I do it. Kind of like the idea of it not looking like lots of makeup, but I don't think it's going to be dark enough to kind of look dramatic like I am wearing makeup. So that is on the middle of the lid on both sides, and now we'll go for the darker corner. Scrolling your comments, guys. Jay is all the way from Papua New Guinea. Welcome, Jay. Wonderful to have you all here. Ashok says happy Holly. Wesley says hi, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Lynn says how are you? Yes, trying to do makeup badly. We're gonna go for the darkest color now. Do I do brown? I feel like brown is too brown. So I've done this one and this one. They don't really show up. So maybe I'll do like, I feel like they're next to each other for a reason. Maybe I'll do this darker pink one. This one over here. We're jumping over the grid on the edge of the eyes. So yes, they will go here. Does that work? Does that work? It can be really pink. I guess it matches my top, which is good. But I don't think it's going to be as obvious as kind of like going out makeup, evening makeup, you know. Okay, so here it's going in both sides of the eyes. And then, like, this special thing you do is blend the makeup together. Scrolling your comments, Jigar says, you are naturally beautiful, you don't need makeup. Oh, thank you, that's very kind of you. And then Shwani says, all world, no one's beautiful like you. Oh, you are so kind, thank you guys. And yeah, I don't enjoy wearing makeup, but I think if I knew how to do it better, I could start to learn to like be excited by it maybe. I've got the 3 colours on now, so they said after that you have to like blend them together. You use like a brush that like tickles them and makes them all kind of blur into one. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Oh, she said like keep it really straight and just like draw circles. You know, I guess it still looks quite natural. Maybe I don't even know what occasion you'd wear this to. Would you do your makeup to like go shopping or something, or to see friends during the day? I just feel like it's a waste of time to do makeup for no like reason. You kind of want it for something special, I think. And that kind of makes you feel like you're doing something amazing if you don't wear it every day, because it would just become so normal to wear makeup. Whereas if you kind of save it for moments that are really meaningful to you, then it kind of feels a bit more special, I think, anyway. Scrolling your comments. C. Jones says, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. And to you. Abdul says, love you. Sending love to you too, Abdul. Man says, you look great. Thank you. Somebody had said, I love you, but the name is in a different language that I can't read. But thank you. Sending love to you too. Shabir says, hi. Hi, Shabir. We are now moving on to, you do like this eyeshadow eyeliner. So you use like these weird little brushes or slanty brushes. Maybe I'll use just the purple one because that looks quite purpley. We'll try that. And you put like a dark colour on the edge of your eye, but in powder. So this is still like eyeshadow. Still eyeshadow, but you use it as an eyeliner. So yeah, Khan says, nice work. Thank you, Khan. I'm really trying. But again, this isn't my strong point. I know people who are like really comfortable with makeup, they can do it so quickly, whereas I'm like a child with a crayon. Literally, I feel like a clown every time I try to do makeup. It just doesn't come out the way I'm expecting. When I'm rubbing this on, it doesn't actually feel like there's any colour going on. Does that happen to you? Or do you do makeup? Do you have a partner or ex-partner that did makeup and they knew what to do? I'm kind of rubbing it. It doesn't look like it's got any colour. Class says, my opinion, you can find makeup which is natural. Otherwise, it's nothing but chemicals and not good for your skin or health. It's just a huge money industry. I heard a lot of scary things about heavy metals in makeup and they affect your immune system. And I guess health-wise, whatever we put onto our skin, even deodorants, perfumes, will affect our bodies. So I do keep everything to a complete minimum. And this is definitely not my normal thing to do, to put on makeup. So I'm just going to do like the bare minimum. And then I'll wash it off afterwards because, again, unless it's for like a special occasion, event, a birthday or something, I don't really see the need to wear makeup on a frequent basis. But I mean, I guess it's good to try new things and experiment. As you kind of go through life, you find what works for you now and how you feel comfortable. I feel comfortable without makeup, but I guess putting it on and it looking nice could be a bonus. Khan says, so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Naeem says, hi there. And Mazamal says, today you look so beautiful. Thank you. That's very kind of you. So yes, going in with this eyeshadow eyeliner thing. We're learning. I'm just going along like the top. Did she go under the eye? I think she did it under the eye as well. Khan says, I like your makeup. Thank you. I'm hoping it comes out okay. I think she put it under the eye as well, if I remember. And then you do like a gel thing for like the darker bit. What was that bit? Yeah, it is the gel thing after. Okay, so the same brown eyeshadow pencil thing that's like angled, she went under the eye with that. I'm sure she did. Okay, I think you have to pull faces when you do your makeup. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Kind of feels like my face does a weird thing when I try and poke my eyes about. Okay, there we go. So I've like put some eyeshadow under the eyes and up to it. I don't know if it makes my eyes look really weird doing that. Definitely feels weird. Okay, we will then try the gel liner. So this is the bit that I might get really, really wrong. Oh, actually, we'll do eyebrows because she said you have to like, I have blonde eyebrows, blonde eyelashes that do not show up. Lucy says, hi Tracy, some shadow is really low pigmented and it doesn't seem to build at all. Yeah, I think that took a lot of like rubbing and scraping to get that. Again, it's just from Amazon, so it's nothing ridiculously brilliant, just an average, whatever was highly recommended with lots of sales. I thought that must be one that works. I don't know. This is the eye pencil. Oh, she had like a felt tip pen though, and this is like more of a crayon. So I don't know if that works in the same way, but we'll give it a go. So she said like you kind of make your brows more defined with that. So I'm going to give it a go with lines. I think it's like a crayon stick. Does it even show up? I don't know if it's showing up. Do you try it on your hand first? Let's see. I don't know if it doesn't do anything to my hand. How hard do you have? Oh, okay. I see it's like making a kind of smudge there. So we'll give it a go. We'll see how this works. I think it just makes your eyebrows go where they're supposed to. This is why I could never be a beautician. But yeah, you kind of make it sharper at the top, she said, so you have more of a straight line. Like that, maybe. Thank you, Khan. I hope you're all having a lovely day. So there's me adding some there. Oh yeah, it does kind of show up a bit more, I guess. Let's do the other side. Oh, I'm kind of rubbing that loads and it's not making much of a difference. This is where I'm going to end up with really, really, really huge dark brows at the end of this because I'm rubbing too hard and I don't think it's done anything. She also like made my eyebrows a bit longer at the ends. So I'm going to try and, oh, that's really weird to kind of hold a pen like that. And then that side, I don't want it to be too obvious though. I don't like big, bold, obvious makeup. But yeah, we'll see. I think that's probably enough. Just poke it around a bit. That one seems darker and thicker. But it's a blonde eyeshadow pen. So, okay. Next was the gel that she used, like a gel liner. And this came in like a set of black and brown. Lucy said I once did mine, it looked like Angry Birds. I love that. I'm definitely going to be that red Angry Bird. That will be me with rosacea. So, yes, I got a black one and a brown. And I just think brown is softer. So I'm going to use brown. When I was a teenager experimenting with makeup, I was terrible at it, by the way. I would just have like liquid eyeliner that you just kind of put on and then you rub it about and stuff. I always had everything really dark and black. I was in a gothic stage. Oh, look at that. That's really shiny and smooth. Oh, so perfect. I want to like indent it. Like when you see the icing on a cake, look how lovely that is. Ooh, I think that was like £5 or something from Amazon. It's really kind of, yeah, random. You get two. Okay, we are nearly there. So here you like dip the brush in. She said like it goes lumpy and then you have to like straighten it off on the side of the pot. Okay, so I think I have to keep coming back to this. But for this, I then go over the top of the eyeliner again, because that was like a powder. And then I go under the eye, but not on like in the waterline of the eye with this. So we shall see. Wish me luck. This is going to be my wonkiest part. Okay. So along the top of the eye. Oh, and she said you have to like stretch your eye to do winged eyeliner, but I can't stretch and hold a mirror at the same time. So I think I'll just end the eyeliner at the end of my eye. And, oh, blinked and it went under the eye. Okay. We'll take that bit away. We don't need that bit. That's fine. Okay. What are we thinking of the vibe so far? Do I look different with eyeshadow and eyeliner on and some eyebrows? Oh, I don't think it, I do think it looks like I'm wearing makeup, but I don't think it's as obvious as it could be. Like lots of people like more like big lashes and things. I'm not going to do that big flick because it will be really wonky and I can't stretch my eye whilst holding a compact mirror. If this is called a compact mirror, probably not, like just a bathroom mirror. But she did say that you go under the eye afterwards. So I think I've done enough on the top. She was like, look down when you do it. Like, put, yeah, like that. Doesn't look very dark. Let me get a bit more. Ooh. Okay, we're getting there. How is your week so far? Are you all having a lovely time? Are you enjoying the gorgeous sunshine? It's so, so nice. I did so much gardening yesterday. Literally all day, loved being outside, just sweeping and chopping and trimming, and it took so many things to be recycled. Absolutely loved just having a bit of time in the sunshine in the garden. It brings so much peace. Just to be able to be in nature, I think is so important. Lucy says, this is giving great views of your tattoos. It's giving me inspo. Oh, thank you. Have you had your tattoo, Lucy? I know you were having a stomach tattoo. Is that still the case? Lucy says, I got dumped. His loss, absolutely his loss. You deserve so much better. And if somebody cannot see you for who you are, they don't deserve your time or your energy. I think we put so much pressure onto dating and kind of feeling like somebody needs to love us for us to be worthy. But actually, it's not the case. You don't need a person giving you compliments and potentially using and abusing you for you to feel loved. I think those who truly matter won't treat you negatively. They won't make you feel uneasy or upset. And you don't have to be in a relationship to enjoy those feelings of happiness and excitement to talk to someone. Khan says, so lucky. Lucky? Lisa said, yes, I did. Oh, amazing. How was it? How did you find the comfort? What position did you put it? What is it a picture of? Lisa says, he couldn't handle my new look at all my tattoos. So yes, it's his loss. Do you know what? I think tattoos are a really, really good litmus test for people. The most kindest, generous, selfless people have tattoos. And I'm not saying that all people with tattoos are amazing or all people without tattoos aren't amazing. But from my experience, the most lovely, lovely people have tattoos. And if some people get offended by that, you kind of want them. Tattoos are a shield that keeps people away who don't deserve to be in your life. So yes, it's definitely his loss. And I'm sorry that he is so shallow and superficial that body art would put him off. I think as we go through life, as we approach each new decade and stage of life, we change in our appearance. And our skin is something to be celebrated, to be loved and cherished. To adorn it with body art is a beautiful thing. It's self-expression, it's meaningful. And also in my case, I used it to cover pregnancy scars after having my children, my stretch marks. So having something that I was very self-conscious of, covering it with body art that is beautiful and meaningful to me. If anybody said to me, I don't like your stomach tattoo, they're not for me, because there are plenty of people who will love you for who you are. Sean says, hi, I don't have anyone in my life right now. All I have is a future wife. Happy Tuesday to your baby and her daughter and son. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday, Sean. Sorry, that was difficult for me to read. Daniel says, hola, welcome. Lucy says, absolutely. And yes, how would they feel if in 15 or 20 years time, we are covered in wrinkles because, age, skin changes? Are they going to say, I don't find your arms attractive, so I'm going to dump you? Or your hair has turned grey, so I'm going to dump you? You kind of want to know a person's like that before you spend decades with them. So if anything, you've dodged a massive, massive bullet. And I think your tattoo has helped you to keep an undeserving person out of your life. As long as you are happy with it, that is all that matters. And some people, they kind of impose their views onto others. And I'm sure that you would never tell him how to look, so he should never tell you how to look. Okay, right, I think we've done that now. So that probably needs to go in some kind of cleaner so it doesn't go gooey everywhere. We've got the eyes on. She did do mascara, but I don't know where I put it. So not going to do mascara. But I will do the cheeky thing that she did because I got the brush for that, which is like really hard to open if I don't break a fingernail. It's like two colours that you use, but you first have to put foundation on. So I'm going to put the foundation on first. Scrolling your comments. Lucy said, I had it over my stretch marks. There's my thing. And I did use some numbing cream for the first time. I'm glad I did because it was spicy. Yeah, I remember when I had it on a TV show on Channel 5 in the UK. It was called like Tattoo Nightmares or something. It might have been called. So I can't remember. It would probably be on my website, actually, to be fair, on my media page on my website. I'll have to look it up. But it was about like people having procedures that they didn't like. I'm just putting, it's like a moisturizing foundation on my cheeks because I get very red cheeks, rosacea, and then across my chin, and I get hormonal acne every time it's my cycle. So yay, celebrate that. And like around the nose, I always have a red kind of nostrils. So I don't put foundation on my forehead because it feels horrible and like doesn't look very nice, I don't think. I just kind of do the under the eyes, the cheeks and around there with like a couple of pea size amounts. So I don't know where I put the lid. There we go. Yeah, on the television, we had to get it done in like one hit. It was, I think about 8 hours of tattooing in one go, and they didn't know how it would turn out. So this was like a enlightenment story of showing, I probably need a small brush for that, how you can feel really upset and insecure about one part of your body. I'm going to go back to one of the first brushes because I don't have a little one for the light bit. What do I, oh no, I can use that one, I think. And I felt that after I'd had my children at the age of 19 and 25, that my body was like really damaged by my skin with stretch marks because I was very slim before having children. I was like a size 6, and then after having them I was a size 8, and I had like red deep lines all over my stomach and hips, which over the years faded to like a pale colour, but the kind of indents were like someone had clawed me. So they didn't know how well that would tattoo over. And I was really excited either way to cover these stretch marks. And I love tattoos anyway, so it made sense. But it was a kind of, will this work thing? Because before that time, nobody had done tattooing for the reason of disguising stretch marks and scars. They kind of always said, if you have a scar, stay away from it because the ink will not take in the same way and it can go blurry. And also you have to stretch the skin to tattoo it. You have to hold it tight. And when you stretch a stretch mark, is it going to go for or against it? So there were a lot of like what ifs, and thankfully it turned out amazing. Absolutely loved it. But 8 hours of filming with no kind of intervention or pain relief or anything, and I was young and I didn't understand what it would feel like. I just remember sitting there. I did get quite lightheaded at one point, and then I stopped and like had an energy drink. Then years later when I had tattoos, I knew, take protein bars, take a painkiller afterwards to kind of help. She said you put it up here and under the eye as well. I don't know if I put enough on. But yeah, that was like one of those naive scenarios of going into something without preparation. But I love the body art that I've got, and I'm so happy that my tattoo is covered over something I was self-conscious about, but also give me something that I really celebrate. So she said you put like white here, and she also said on the end of the nose. I don't know why you'd want a shiny nose. Now I can like guide the way for Father Christmas. I think I've done too much. I don't know. Let's just kind of rub that with my hand. I'm not using the mirror. I'm using the phone, which probably isn't the right way to do it. Okay, so under here as well. I think that's still called highlighter or something. But yeah, she was like, you do it under there, you do it under there, and then on the nose. Okay, so that's that. That's the light bit. And then you use a bigger brush or a different brush for the dark bit. So it's like a more of a curvy brush. It's got fluff in it. And then this goes on the face here and there. It's like a V shape, she said. So, okay. I think that's really dusty. Please don't be too brown. Is it brown? Oh, I don't know. Goes there. There we go. And then there. It doesn't look like anything's going on, but I guess if it doesn't look like anything is on there, that means I haven't done too much. I don't know if I just have to like smash up the things a bit to get the colour moving, or maybe it's just not very good. So you do this bit here and here, she said, and then that's it. Oh, I also got a lip oil because she said that was good. This one is like a vegan lip oil. I don't know what makes others non-vegan, but yeah, this is a vegan safe lip oil. So it's just a kind of gloss that's quite natural and safe. So there we go. And I'll take the hairband out. I got a hairbrush, give my hair a brush now that I've got the look on. So this is like my natural glam, if there's such a thing. So I'll just pull my hair back. Should have brushed it first, really. And this is where I'm at. What do we think? I don't know how long that took. It feels like that took a million years. But I have eyeshadow, eyeliner, what's it called? Concealer on the under the eyeshadow, eyebrow pencil, gel liner, and highlight and shadow, or it's not a contour, I don't think. I don't know what it's called. Finishing powder. Finishing powder. Oh, maybe that I got the wrong one. Maybe that's not a highlight then. So just powder there and there. So I've just done around the eyes and used some natural colours because, again, it's less harsh. It feels a bit more comfortable. I use these two and this one, but you could use the darker ones or the glittery ones, and then like a brown gel. So ta-da! See what you think of that. Yes, talking about the tattoos now that we can just get back to chatting because that kind of attempt is over, thank goodness. I was really happy to have the tattoo. It made such a difference, and then kind of gave me the confidence to try more tattoos and really develop and enhance my love for body art. And if it's something meaningful to you, it's something you will take with you till your dying day. It's a beautiful, wonderful expression of self-love and gratitude and understanding, and I don't think that should ever be discouraged. Harry says, hi Harry. Daniel has clapped, yay. Khan says, Tracy, and blown a kiss. Lucy says, good riddance. Absolutely. I think a lot of people are more concerned with being on their own and feeling lonely than thinking about the person they let into their lives. If we were to consider children, our most prized possession, would we allow somebody to insult them, judge them, criticize them, make them feel less than comfortable? We wouldn't. We would say to them, that's not okay, don't treat my child that way. But why would we then allow a person to treat us that way? If we are dating them or not, they should never have a negative impact on our life. If they can't meet us with love and respect, kindly move along. So yes, I would love to see your tattoo, Lucy, if you're able to share it. Khan says, okay. And Daniel has sent kisses. Thank you. Daniel, it looks like you say you're in Mexico. Howard says, I prefer your nature mode. Yeah, I think even though it's not like a ton of makeup, it's just, I don't know, maybe if I like put mascara on eyelashes, it wouldn't look as like, but yeah, I don't think it's a very natural way to spend my day. As I say, maybe with lashes, it would look more put together, or maybe without the eye gel, just the shadows and not the eyeliner, it would look more natural daytime. So yeah, I'm not 100% comfortable with makeup, but I'm trying to dip a toe for moments when I guess you want to make a bit of an effort. Khan says, I love you, Tracy. Oh, sending love and light to you all. Thank you for joining. Tori says, amor. Thank you. Lucy says, beautiful. Thank you, Lucy. That's very kind of you. Khan says, open your hair. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with my hair. I just go to the gym every day and tie it up. So it kind of stays out the way. I cannot have a fringe because I have a cow slick, which means my hair kind of kicks backwards. I've had that since I was a child, and every hairdresser has always like tried to straighten and fill me with hairspray and everything, and it doesn't work. My hair just goes where it wants to go. So my fringe is a backwards fringe. It points that way instead of this way. So yeah, I don't really do anything with it. Where I go to the gym, my hair ends up like sweaty and flat. So it doesn't have like all that body and volume where you kind of want to just like make it like that. But then it will just go frizzy. So it's a bit pointless really. I normally just tie it up out the way, just keep it in a ponytail, go about my day. And I think if you're casual, you're in gym wear, you don't need makeup. You don't need to worry about doing all these fancy things. You know, I'm happy just to leave my hair kind of finger combed. It's naturally kind of wiggly wavy. I don't curl it or anything. And it just let it be itself. That's the happiest way to be. Lucy says, I'm 54 next month and I'm just getting started. Oh, happy birthday for next month. And yeah, I'm totally in that mindset, that vibe and era of where I guess people have to earn their place in your life rather than expecting you to bend over backwards and please them. They have to bring something into your life, whether it's respect or love or consideration. And if they fail to meet the way that you treat them, that's it. Your place is taken. It's not an indefinite, you can be here forever and start off nice and then become nasty or inconsiderate or selfish. I really want to touch my eye because it's twitching and I can't because there's makeup on it. You know, it's that feeling of, I guess, the honeymoon period of a relationship where people really go out of their way to be kind and considerate and give you compliments and be thoughtful. And then after several months, they turn into the exact opposite person. You think, have you always been like this? Was it as bad as this when we met? Or has it just gradually crept in because you've got what you wanted? And once you're in a relationship with someone, they let the guard down, their true colours show, and you actually think, if I met this person on day one, I never would have dated them. But it's taken them a while to kind of let that out and show you who they truly are. So yeah, I think now is a time of life to be cleansing, removing everything that does not belong. I've been doing that in my home, going through cupboards and my loft, my garden, sweeping up old leaves and throwing away things that I don't use, giving things to charity. My kind of rule of thumb is if I haven't touched it in 2 to 3 years, I don't need it. I don't use it. It's not useful at this time of life for me. And we should definitely do that with the people in our lives also. We should say, is this person a positive part of my life who I want to speak to and spend time with, even if you only see them once every several months? Or are they someone who is just there because they are related to me, because we went to school together, because we're work colleagues, but actually, given the choice, I would not choose to have them as a friend or a relative or somebody that I would want to spend time with. It's okay to say, this makes me anxious, this makes me uncomfortable, this makes me nervous, or I just don't get on well with you because we are different people. It doesn't mean that one person is right and one person is wrong. It just means that you're individuals and you're allowed to live how you feel comfortable. And that's not going to align with everyone. Probably won't even align with 50% of people, one way or the other. We are all very individual people, and what makes us happy, what brings us peace and joy and prosperity looks entirely different to the person next to us. So just kind of being open and honest, listening to your heart and your gut. How do you feel when you are having these interactions? Does it lift you up or does it hold you down and make you feel heavy and sad and like you are shutting off your voice? If the latter is the case, you've got your answer. They don't need to be in your life. Having people who dull your shine literally just turns you into a ghost. It takes away everything that makes you who you are. And the true people who love you will love you for being who you are, not apologizing for being yourself, not hiding away or denying the things that you love, but just living as yourself in all of your energy and glory. They will be magnetically drawn to you. And they won't ask you to change a thing. And I hope that you will never ask anyone to change anything about themselves. We are able to experiment with different hair colours and putting on makeup or trying a different perfume or buying a different colour of clothing that we've never worn before. That's a natural progression in life and allows us to experiment and experience different things. But if we try and turn people into the opposite of who they are, if we try and make them something they are not, and it hasn't been their decision or their growth and progression to get there, we are then just destroying what makes them who they are. And that will only ever be a bad thing. Yes, we can help people to grow. Yes, we can help people to try new things, but they have to be the one to take the step. And we have to be the one to walk away if something is not right. So I'm really, really proud of you, Lucy, for being away from that person who does not deserve you, who does not see you for who you are and does not appreciate what makes you an individual. And for that, you can hold your head high and it clears the path for everything that is meant for you. So we want to get all of that clutter and junk and rubbish and ill-intended people out of the way so that everything ahead of us is beauty and light. And as I say, you've done an amazing thing and stayed true to yourself. I think that's something that you should be very, very proud of and should be celebrated. Scrolling your comments, guys. Daniel says, gracias. Oh, thank you. Leslie says, you're so beautiful. Thank you, Leslie. Vitali says, bonjour, welcome. Arturo says, amor. Zahir says, so cute, so super cute looking. Thank you. Daniel says, attractiva. I'm guessing that means attractive. Khan says, your hair is really small. Yeah, I have like really limp rubbish hair. It's always been like I say always, for like the past few decades, I've had it kind of this length, if not a little bit longer. It's my natural hair. I know a lot of people, especially influencers, models, use hair extensions, and they will have like really thick, long hair, like down to here, and it's like poof, huge and big. That's not for me. I don't want to go to bed at night and unclip every part of me that isn't me. I don't want fake bits to drop off. I don't want to be hit in the rain with a thunderstorm and then suddenly the makeup washes off and you look like the opposite of who you are. I just want to be myself, and I feel comfortable with my hair not having all these things like stuck in it and digging into me or making me hot and sweaty when I already get so warm when I'm training. So yeah, I'm happy with just being me with my chipped nails and I would say my natural skin, but I've got foundation on and eyeshadow at the moment, but I'm about to go and wash it off after I've just taken a couple of pictures of it. But I gave it a go and I enjoyed the process. It's been fun to learn something new and also to use softer colours, as I'm in my late 30s now, I'm 38, had my birthday in October, and where I guess I would have used like blacks and reds before, I'm using like peaches and browns. And I think that's really lovely. I stayed away when I moved away from glamour. I stayed away from makeup and kind of girly things for so long. I went the opposite way and I was like, I'm just going to train. I don't want to be associated with people objectifying me. And it just became like this mindset of remove everything that causes people to judge and criticize you. And then I really focused on strength, and I guess more of a detachment from beauty or what society says is beautiful. Because if I didn't wear makeup, people would call me ugly. If I wore makeup, people would call me attention seeking. And I thought I just don't want to be involved in any aspect of it. So I completely stepped away. And now I'm kind of dipping a toe in what is a more, I guess, more natural form of beauty. I don't want to hide my skin so I don't look like myself. I don't want to look like a different person when I wear makeup. It's more a kind of accenting your features as opposed to losing your identity. And yeah, I will rarely wear makeup. I never like wearing makeup. It's not my comfort zone. But on the occasions when I do want to try something, or I'm going for like a party or a lunch or something, maybe I will put some eyeshadow on. I might not wear the eyeliner, but I think maybe some eyeshadow might look a bit more gentle. Lucy says, you are correct. The mask falls and you see the true person. Absolutely. It's just a matter of time. And surely we would rather know who somebody truly is as soon as possible, rather than decades down the line if you're married or you have a house together or something like that, or a family together. So yes, I think maybe within the first 6 weeks of dating, we should have a tick list of topics that we cover in conversation. It doesn't have to be a heated debate, but it certainly has to be, what are your future goals and ambitions and drive, so that you're not just blindsided by somebody trying to love bomb you and shower you with affection, whilst kind of sweeping under the rug the reality of what the future will be with this person. So I think just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to get too hot and serious too quickly, but also that you are aligned and that they are who they say they are and that they have good intentions. And one way that I think is always interesting way to get people's true perspective is for them to have alcohol, because some people can be very sad drunks, some people can be very angry drunks, but I find, you know, I'm happy to have non-alcohol. But if I've been on dates in the past, I'd always say, help yourself to some vodka and I'll just watch how you respond. And if I don't like how you respond, I'll politely call an Uber and leave. And I think that is the easiest way to kind of get through to people, or be in a situation where they could make a nice choice or a bad choice. If you are perhaps in public, will they hold a door open for an elderly person? If you're in an elevator, are they letting other people walk past? If you're in a restaurant, how are they speaking to the waitress or the waiter serving? Just kind of being in those scenarios where they could react one way or the other, and then just noting what their response is. Daniel says, I like you the way that you are. Oh, thank you, Daniel. And Khan says, I'm always looking for you, Tracy. Oh, thank you. Scrolling your comments. Daniel says, you're my type. You're so beautiful. Thank you, Daniel. That's very kind. Clyde says, hi, beautiful. Hi. Love your accent. Thank you. Scrolling. Clyde says, your hair is nice. Thank you. So, well, it's finger combed. I did just brush it, though, when I kind of pinned it out of the way. I say pinned, but it's like a little hairband whilst putting on makeup so it doesn't go in my eyes. But yeah, I just tie it up and out of the way. I'm not a hair person. I don't know how you kind of make it do all those things. And again, as I say, I don't wear extensions or clip-ins or wigs or anything, as I know that most women do. I just think, you know, I've got dogs. I'd rather cuddle them than a big wig on my head. But if that's what people like and they feel comfortable with that, that's great. I have autism and ADHD, so a lot of things irritate and annoy me. Like labels in clothes will scratch me, and then I cut them off. So the least kind of resistance, the better. And if I have something heavy pulling on my hair and my scalp, I won't be able to not think about that. I'll just be like, I'll walk like a robot, like I'm trapped, and I'll just want to take that away. I did have hair extensions in the past. I don't know how I survived. I really don't. And that was just for like photo shoots and things, being a model. But now when people say, can we do this? Can we do that? No, no, thank you. I'm just going to be barefoot, I'm going to be comfortable, I'm going to eat my banana and just have a nice time. And I don't want to be made to do things that I'm uncomfortable with. Sean says, I love you. Oh, thank you. Clyde says, you're not ugly at all. And I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder. To some people, I'm their worst nightmare. And to others, they're like, oh, wow, you're lovely. But it depends on the person who is looking at you, what life they have led, what makes them think something is or is not attractive. And it's not our job as women or as men to impress other people. We're not here to sell anything. We are here to just be ourselves. So if people see you for your surface and they like what they see, that's down to their opinion. But what we really want in life is for people to see us for who we are as people, not just this oval of skin or these limbs. We want people to see our heart and soul, to see comfort in conversation and kindness and consideration, to want to debate things, to want to learn and grow together. That's what's really important. And I think, unfortunately, the superficial, the surface level can really distract people from that. And the most incredible, wonderful people, as I say, normally have tattoos. From my experience of meeting lots of people, they are the most open-minded, considerate and helpful, kind, selfless people I've ever met. But many people will overlook them thinking they look thuggish or that they're attention seeking because they have a tattoo. Whatever their preconception is, which is completely wrong, is something that keeps them away from such people or causes them to judge and criticize such people. And I think we should not judge anyone unless you've walked a mile in their shoes. You can never even begin to understand what it's like to be them. So thank you all for joining, guys, as my door is going again and the dogs are barking. I will go and get it this time because it didn't last time. And I hope that you've had fun looking at makeup with me. I'm not the best, but gave it a go and tried something new, and it was okay, not as bad as I thought it would be. As I say, if I did this as a day look, I wouldn't put all the black on, and I really wouldn't put the shiny bit on either because it's a bit random. But thank you all for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever you're doing.